Hello, this video is going to be very short. I wanted to make some sort of experiment and check if my body has any noticeable change after a week of doing my regular workout. My hypothesis is that there won't be a change, and if there's a change, it will be very small because my goal is to maintain my weight and to become stronger. So in this video, I will share what I learned from this. I just want to make it clear that the workouts I do and the foods I eat won't have the same results for anybody else because everyone is different. My results were also affected by my diet and my eating habits. I don't really have a specific diet. What I do every day is just to try and eat balanced meals, and what I mean by this is having enough vegetables, protein, and make sure that I include the necessary nutrients, which is hard to do. One problem that I have, though, maybe you can relate, is that I have a tendency of eating out of sadness or anxiety, so I'm learning to control that. Okay, so on Monday, I measured my waist and my butt after my workouts and after eating breakfast, which I think was a mistake. Looking back, I would have done the measurements before eating because it is normal to have a little belly after eating. So if you ever want to measure yourself, do it before you eat, and also make sure you know how to measure your waist and the circumference of your butt. You are supposed to put the measuring tape above your belly button, and when measuring your butt, you have to measure the widest part. Okay, moving on with the experiment. I had this idea of tracking my progress for a week for a long time now, but in the process I realized that it is important to figure out which workouts are best for me that will help me achieve my goals. It took me like a month to come up with a plan that works for me. Anyway, I have been following this plan for more than 5 months, so I thought this was finally a good time to get my body measurements and see if there's any change on my body after a week. So at the end of the week, when it was time to take my body measurements again, I found out that my hypothesis was correct. The numbers were the same, so I figured this information won't be useful for anyone. So instead, I will tell you some important things that I have learned throughout these past 8 months, really quick. First, try out many workouts until you find the one that feels good for you and that will help you achieve your goals. Second, if your goal is to keep your weight and build your waist, check your progress every 2 weeks or every 6 months, because that's when you are going to see the most changes. If your goal is losing weight, you might see progress after a week, but this would depend on your plan. Third, if you are new to exercising or are trying to get back to exercising, start with small, achievable goals. It is more important to keep up with your plan rather than do a lot for some days and then give up. Lastly, I just want to tell you that you got this in case you need motivation. There have been many times that I don't feel motivated, and we all have problems and responsibilities in our daily lives, but when you don't feel motivated, try to remember that you might feel better after your workouts, or even if it is a walk, that's fine. You just have to keep going. I found some measurements I took 6 months ago, and I can see that I reduced my waist by 3 inches. It went from 31 inches to 28 inches, which is amazing. I do want to improve my bloating though, but I think this has to do more with my diet. I want to see if decreasing the amount of sugar I eat in a week will have any impact on my body. I have a sweet tooth. In the past year and a half, I have been eating more sweets than I used to. I am not saying that eating sweets is bad. It is actually okay to eat sweets in moderation. However, as I mentioned earlier, I tend to eat sweets when I feel sad or anxious, even if I'm full. So after eating them, instead of feeling satisfied, I feel like shit. In conclusion, some things that you can learn from this is to listen to your body when you are hungry, and that everyone must follow a workout routine that fits their lifestyle and that will help their fitness goals, because what works for one person might not work for another, and your lifestyle as well. Your workouts and your diet have to align with your fitness goals and your lifestyle as well. So that was all I wanted to share with you today. I hope this helped. Bye.